Students, so we have done some portion of this chapter 4, pollination and fertilization already, and in the previous that classes you have studied the types of pollination and types of wind pollination and how nature favors the cross pollination. Now this is third part of the chapter, and today the chapter will be over. So in this part we are going to study about the fertilization and the development of seed. So what is the process of fertilization and how does it takes place? You know that fusion of male and female gamete, this is known as the fertilization. But during the fertilization, what is needed here, the various steps of the fertilization we are going to study. So we have studied that pollination. So what is the meaning of that pollination? It brings female and male gametophyte together. What is the female here? The female gametophyte is actually the egg cell present in the ovule, and male gametophyte, it is the male nuclei. So for the egg to be fertilized, the male and female gametophyte must meet, come together, unite their gametes, and this is done by the pollination, in which pollen is placed on the stigma of the carpel. So we will study the structure of this male and female gametophyte. Male gametophyte is here in flower is pollen grain, and female gametophyte we will study, that is the ovule. So we'll study the structure of the pollen grain and the structure of the ovule, which contains the embryo sac in it. So what is pollen grain? Pollen grain is a microscopic structure covered by the two layers. So when we study the pollen grain here, it is made up of two layers. The two layers are there, the outer, that is a thick layer, and this is the exine. So outer layer being thick one, and sculptured means not the continuous layer, it is absent at some places. So it is not a smooth layer, rough layer, as well as it is being the thick one. Then one more layer inner to the outer layer, that is the intine. So intine is the inner wall, and it further there are two nuclei present in the pollen grain. These two nuclei are there, that is the generative nucleus and the tube nucleus is there. And here this generative nucleus, further it divides by mitosis, that is the cell division, and forms two male gametes. We will call them the sperm also. This pollen tube nucleus, it further does not take place in the that fusion or any part there, it further degenerates. So this pollen grain, when it reaches to the stigma, it develops the pollen tube. So this is the pollen grain with the pollen tube. So as this pollen grain, it reaches to the stigma, its germination starts. So pollen, what happens here, how does the that pollen germinate here? So under suitable conditions, the cytoplasm of the pollen grain, it absorbs water and sugar from the stigma. So as this pollen grain falls on the stigma, it absorbs sugar and water which is present on the stigma and bulges out to produce a tube. This tube is known as the pollen tube. So the intine layer, it bulges out through this space where the exine is absent, and then it forms a longer tube. This tube like structure formed by the intine, this is known as the pollen tube. And this tube, it grows through the stigma, and this contains this two sperm nuclei. This sperm nuclei, they are formed by the mitosis in the generative nucleus. So generative nucleus, it divides mitotically, that is the cell division mitosis, and it forms the two sperm nuclei along with this two nuclei. Now this long pollen tube, it reaches through the stigma, goes through the style towards the ovary, and this tube produces chemicals, calcium, like calcium. So these chemicals, they dissolve the tissues of the style, because the style is being the solid one, so its tissues are dissolved by the chemicals secreted by the pollen tube, and it makes its way through the style, and the tip of the pollen tube enters the ovary through the micropyloren. So let me see the structure of the female gametophyte. So that is the structure of a ovule. What is ovule? That this is the structure of the carpel. You have studied carpel, that or pistil, that is the female reproductive part in a flower. It is made up of three parts, that is a stigma, style and ovary. that here this ovary, it contains ovules in it. You can see this is the ovule present in the ovary. So this ovule is surrounded by the integuments. You can see these are the outer covering of the ovule. These are known as the integument. An ovule has opening at one side. You can see this is one opening. This opening is known as the micropyle. Through this micropyle, pollen tube enters into it, and each ovule further it contains the embryo sac. This is the embryo sac. So understood, children? This is ovary, this is ovule. Ovule has the outer covering, that is the integument, and inside the ovule embryo sac is present. So let me see the structure of embryo sac. This is embryo sac which is present in the ovule. So this embryo sac has 7 cells in it. What are the 7 cells are there? This is micropylar end and this is the chalazal end. Micropylar, as I said you, that this is the pore present in the, or opening present in the ovule through which the pollen tube enters. So this is micropylar end. So 3 cells are there at the micropylar end. One is the egg cell and 2 are the synergids. Okay, this is one egg cell, this 2 are the synergids, and 3 cells at the opposite end. These are known as the antipodal cells, and one central cell containing the 2 polar nuclei, because these polar nuclei, they fuse and they form the secondary nucleus. So there are 7 cells, 3 antipodal cells, this 2 that synergids, and 1 egg cell, 6 cells, and these are the polar nuclei, they fuse and form the secondary cell, or the central cell is there. So 7 cells are present. So this is the structure of the female gametophyte. Now we'll see the process of fertilization. As I said you, that the pollen grain under the suitable condition, when it falls on the surface of the stigma, then under suitable condition it absorbs sugar and water from the stigma and further bulges out to produce the pollen tube. You can see this is the pollen tube coming out from the pollen grain, and this tube, it grows down through the style. This is a style, and this pollen tube, it secretes certain chemicals, calcium, which dissolve the inner wall of the style and makes its way through it. So pollen tube travels through this style, and the tip of the pollen tube further enters to the ovule through the micropylar end. This is the micropylar end. Okay, and these are the 2 sperm nuclei, because that generative nucleus, it divides and form the 2 sperm cells or the male gametes, and this is the tube nucleus. So here it reaches to the ovule. Okay, pollen tube reaches to the ovule. Now generative nucleus divides and form the 2 male gametes, pollen grain containing the tube, that nucleus, and 2 male gametes. Now this is the male gametophyte, and ovule is there. Now what happens? The tip of the pollen tube, after reaching the ovary, entering the ovary, it probes through the micropyle, ruptures and discharges the 2 male gametes. So pollen tube, as it reaches through the micropyle, it goes there, it breaks there and then release the male gamete. So pollen tube rupture होगी और male gamete release होकर के ovule में enter कर जाएंगे. Now further fusion takes place. So let me take the fusion, because there are 2 male gametes. So these 2 male gametes, they fuse with the cell present in the embryo sac. How it is there? That one of the male gamete, it fuses with the egg cell. You can see this is the egg cell. So one of the male gamete fuses with the egg cell. This process is known as the fertilization. You know, the fusion of the male and female gamete. This is male gamete, this is female gamete. Now one more male gamete, that is the sperm cell, is remaining. So this, that another, that is sperm cell, it goes and it fuses with the secondary nucleus. So here fusion of this two, the secondary nucleus and this male gamete, this is the fusion in which the structure which is formed, that is known as the endosperm. So let me see its detail further here. Here as fertilization is termed as the double fertilization. How it is? I'll tell you that as one gamete, which one? The male gamete. One male gamete fuses with the egg cell. You just see here, this embryo sac in detail here. These are the antipodal cells. This is the secondary nucleus. First here the two polar nuclei, they fuse and form the secondary nucleus. So the first fusion is taking place in the polar nuclei. You just count the time, at the time how many times the fusion is taking place and the fertilization is taking. So it is the first fusion in between the polar nuclei to form the secondary nucleus. Now these two male nuclei, one of the male nuclei fuses with the egg cell. This is egg cell. This is for fertilization. This is the first fertilization. Okay, and this female gamete and the male gamete fuses here and it forms the zygote. So it forms zygote here. Now the second male nuclei, it fuses with the secondary nucleus. So first fusion already taken place here in the polar nuclei, second fusion already here in the egg cell and the male gamete, and the third fusion is between the there in between the two, that this nuclei, that is secondary nucleus and the male gamete. So this is third time fusion, but the fertilization is twice. First fertilization here in the male and female gamete, and second fertilization in between the secondary nucleus and the male nucleus. So understood children? This is the double fertilization and triple fusion. So after the fusion of egg cell and the male gamete, what is formed? A zygote is formed, and after the fusion of secondary nucleus and the male gamete, what is formed? Endosperm. This is being triploid. 3n means the 3 sets of the chromosome. 2n here the 2 sets, one from each of the gamete. So this endosperm is the food storing tissue which is used to develop the embryo plant further in the seed. Now this double fertilization and triple fusion is the characteristic features of the flowering plant, as this process involves the fusion of two male gametes separately, and one with the egg cell and other with the secondary nucleus. So this process is known as the double fertilization, and since 3 nuclei are involved in this fusion, so it is known as the triple fusion. So understood children? So double fertilization is a characteristic feature of the flowering plant. In the process of double fertilization, out of the 2 sperm nucleus, that is male gamete, 1 sperm nucleus fuses with the egg nucleus to form an embryo. This process is known as syngamy. Syngamy means fertilization only. And another nucleus fuses with the polar nuclei to form endosperm, and this process is known as the triple fusion. So you understood the double fertilization and the triple fusion. It is the that process of importance, which importance is there? This is important process in the angiosperm's flowering plant. Now the zygote which is formed, this zygote divides several times and forms embryo, and the endosperm which is formed, this endosperm, it provides food to the developing embryo. Now post fertilization events we will study here. Post fertilization means the events taking place after the fertilization. So let me understand. Here the ovule, it develops into the seed. So you see here the fertilization has taken place, and after fertilization this is the zygote. So zygote is present here in the ovule. This zygote develops into the embryo plant. A tiny embryo develops from the zygote, and further the ovule, it develops into the seed. So zygote, it forms the embryo plant, and ovule, this develop into the seed, and it forms the seed coat here. Following the fertilization, the remaining part like the sepals, this petals, style, stigma, there are many parts in the flower. Those who have participated indirectly in the process of fertilization, they degenerate and fall off. So understood children? So here zygote develops into the embryo plant, ovule develop into the seed, and remaining part like the petals and sepals and the stigma and style, they fall off. Ovary wall ripens and forms the pericarp of the fruit, and ovules develop into the seed, and the endosperm cell divides to form further the endosperm, that is the nutritive tissue. As I explained you, we supply food to the developing embryo. So it is the development of the seed. Seed develops from the ovule, and remaining part of the ovary, it develops into the fruit. Now this seed germinate, and then it germinate and forms the new plant. So let me study further that the fruit and the seed, the formation of the fruit and the seed. So seed and fruit formation and seed germination. As I said you that seed, it is formed by the that changes in the ovule. So after fertilization, ovule it forms the seed, and ovary it forms the fruit. And in a fruit you will see all these structure, that a mature plant ovary that encloses a seed, and or the maybe the seeds, and provide nourishment and the protection. So this is a fruit you will see. This is the outer covering, that is the pericarp, and these are all the that fleshy part of the fruit, and it has seeds. It may have seed or many seeds here. Okay, so the whole ovary after fertilization changes into the fruit. And what is the function of the fruit? Fruit protects the seed which are present inside it. Whole of the ovary harden and become sometimes it is as a pod also, as in poppy. It becomes fleshy also, like in the apple fruit, mango fruit you will see it becomes fleshy. In tomatoes also, or there may be one seed or many seed, like one seed you see in mango, only one seed. Many seeds are there, like you see in the papaya and watermelon, many seeds are there. And when the fruit is ripe, contents are released by the fruit and the seeds are dispersed. So now let me see the structure of the seed here. So what does a seed contains in it? A seed contains a potential or embryo plant. So this is the embryo plant present in the seed. This embryo contains the tiny root. This tiny root, they are termed as the radicle, and a small shoot, this is known as the plumule. So this plumule and radicle together they form the embryo plant. And there are two cotyledons in dicots and one cotyledon in monocot. So you can see these two parts, they are the cotyledons. This is dicot seed, and in monocot seeds there is only one cotyledon. As the seed matures, you can see here the outer covering of the seed also, this is known as the seed coat. And this is the epicotyle, and this region is known as the hypocotyle. So upper region here, that is termed as the epicotyle, because this above the cotyledon, this region is below the cotyledon, this is hypocotyle. So as the seed matures, it hardens and dries, and then enabling it to survive in the adverse environmental conditions. So seed dry हो जाएगा, hard हो जाएगा mature होने के बाद, और ये dry और hard condition में ये सर्वाइव कर सकता है जब एडवर्स एनवायरमेंटल कंडीशंस हो. और जो एम्ब्रियो है और इसका जो फूड सप्लाई है ये पूरा कवर हो जाएगा सीड कोट से, जैसे मैंने आपको भी बताया. दिस इज द सीड कोट. ओके, सो दिस सीड कोट इट इनक्लोजेस ऑल द that embryo and the food supply. And the seed coat is formed by the integument of the ovule, that is the outer covering of the ovule. So understood children, this is the structure of the seed. Now this seed undergo the germination. So as the favorable conditions comes there, then what happens, the embryo which is lying in the seed, as the favorable condition comes, this embryo becomes active, and then it germinates and it comes out from the seed. So you can see the tiny seedling is there. So the embryo, it develops into the seedling. This process is known as the germination process. Now this tiny plant or seedling, it further grows, develops properly the root and the shoot, then it develops into the plant. So understood children? In this manner the reproduction takes place in the flowering plant, and fertilization process, formation of the seed, formation of the fruit. Now have a reading of the chapter through your book also, and solve all the check your progress and exercises and ask your doubts, and do your work regularly so you can ask the question at the proper time. I saw that many of you did not view the video which is posted by me last week. So you see all these 3 videos and solve the question and answer, and get ready for the test paper also.